Which Milwaukee high torque impact do you need? We'll discuss the details and figure out which one's best for you when we get back. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. The Home Depot actually sent us the 2767 high torque impact because they wanted to get our take on the tool. Well, it's actually something that we've reviewed in the past. It was part of our impact wrench shootout. It actually won the shootout. As well as we've done other articles and videos on it as well. So if there's one tool that we know in the shop, it's definitely Milwaukee's high torque impact wrench. Now, even so with the 2863, which would be the maybe older, wiser, newer brother, which is basically the same tool, but with the one key application. So we thought, why not compare the 2767, which is just the high torque impact with 4-mode speed control basically, to the 2863, which is pretty much the same impact wrench as far as strength goes, but it includes the one key application controls. So what does that mean? Well, basically that you can use Milwaukee's one key app to change some settings in the tool itself, and it actually gives it some abilities that this one does not have. Now, what's the price difference on it? It's only about 50 bucks. So the 2767 you can pick up at the Home Depot for $449 with the two 5 amp hour batteries and the charger and the case. So that whole kit's going to cost you $449. Now, you can also get the 2863 with the same kit, and that's going to cost you $499. So again, you're looking at a 50 buck difference. And which one makes sense for you? Well, let's actually dig in and see. So let's go over to the workbench. We'll actually use these. We'll talk about them, and then we'll come back and kind of wrap this up. So what's the difference between the 2863, which is the one with the one key, and the 2767 that the Home Depot sent us? And I will tell you, strength-wise, power-wise, there is no difference other than the controllability with the one key application. So you're looking at like 1,400 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque, which kind of gonna say just who cares, and 1,000 pounds of of tightening torque or fastening torque. Again, who cares? And the reason I say that is because in our impact wrench shootout, we actually were using these so much and really doing so much damage to actual sockets. As you can see here, here's one of the sockets we were using. And we were really starting to mushroom sockets and even getting to the point where we were starting to hurt anvils. So my point is of saying who cares is that these half-inch high torque impacts are putting out enough power now. It's not a question of do they have enough power, because we've got enough power to kind of overcome half-inch anvils now. So if you're getting beyond 1,000 foot-pounds of fastening torque, you need to be stepping up to a 3/4 inch impact anyway. So power-wise, the same, other than controllability with the one key. Now, is it worth your 50 bucks to step up to the one key app to the 2863? Or do you save the 50 bucks and stay with the 2767? Well, I would say it depends. If you're somebody who does a lot of tire and lube, where you're doing a lot of wheel jobs, if you will, and make sure these are broke loose. So if you're doing a lot of tire and lube jobs, then I would definitely recommend the 2863, because what it's going to do is going to give you the ability to control that torque. Now, Milwaukee's even going to tell you they're not expecting you, and they don't want you to program this and then say, oh, okay, I don't need a torque wrench. That's not the idea here. If I go to my phone and I go on the one key app, you can see that I've got several tools there. I've got the 1 inch, I've got my radius light, and then here's my 2863. I can go to that, and now I can say, okay, I want to connect. Now we could do things like track and everything else. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to talk about controllability because we're going to compare these two tools, if you will. So right here, we've got mode 1. I've got set for lug nut control for 80 to 130 foot-pounds. Mode 2, I've got set for lug nut control for like small trucks, so 130 to 180 foot-pounds. And then I've got a custom drive control for 3 and 4. And if I go into custom drive control, you'll see some of the things I can do. I can set max speed. I can set bolt removal speed, so I can tell it to kind of slow down after it breaks free. And then I can set precision mode, where I'm actually going in and actually setting, how strong I want the precision mode to be. And by the way, it's telling me to enable wireless mode on the tool. All I've got to do is go to the Bluetooth signal or the Wi-Fi signal there, and now you see my app lit up, and now I can move this precision mode and actually turn it on here. And now I can move this precision mode up to 17, so that's basically 17 out of 20, and tell it how strong I want this to be. Now, if I really want to get into like that lug nut control stuff, I can go here and tell it, hey, I want lug nut control. By the way, if you're in construction, you can do concrete anchors as well. But that's where I can tell it, hey, do I want, 80 to 130 foot-pounds, so like a passenger car, or do I want 130 to 180 like your small and light trucks, if you will. So very easy to control the app, but basically I can set that right here in the tool itself. I'm going to change this one back to my custom drive control. So now you see, basically I've got level 1 is kind of the small and light cars, level 2 is light trucks. And then level 3 and 4 is just kind of, customized, if you will. So I've got the ability to control a lot of that. So let's just put this on level 1, on power mode 1. There we go. So on mode 1, and we'll see here, I'm going to hold my finger down on the trigger, and you see the tool actually stops. And that's stopping. That's actually stopping in that window between 80 and 130 foot-pounds. Now, on those same bolts, I can go to level 2, and now it's going to tighten those a little tighter. So, again, finger on the trigger, the tool is stopping itself. Again, fingers on the trigger still, the tool is stopping itself. So that's what you get in the 2863. The 2767, again, plenty of power. If I wanted to, bust those loose, I can back them off. And it's got plenty of power to do so. Also, in the nut removal mode here, the bolt removal mode, you see there, once it breaks free, it will actually slow down. So you see it stop for a second, and then it slowed that back off so you're not slinging lug nuts across the floor. Again, same thing. So, power-wise, both of these impacts are great at power. They got plenty of power to, do what they need to do. There's not an impact wrench you're going to find that's going to be any stronger in a 1/2-inch anvil. That would be completely arguable. Anyway, so if you're wanting to actually control the torque so you're not over-tightening things, then I would recommend get the 2863. If you don't need that, save the 50 bucks, get the 2767. So not a lot of difference in between them, not any difference when it comes to power. But again, if you want controllability, if you want the use with the One Key app, then I definitely recommend the 2863. Both are great tools. We love Milwaukee's high torque impacts. They take a beating. This one gets used all the time. You see it scratched up like crazy. But again, we've had a 2767 around for years as well. So either one's a great option for you. 5-year warranty on both of them. So the $50 difference, if you're wanting something with with some more flexibility in it, grab the 2863. So which Milwaukee high torque impact is best for you? Well, as you saw, it really depends. Are you looking for controllability? Maybe even a way to track your tools? Or maybe you just want the coolest gadgets with an app to control things. If that's the case, then we definitely recommend the 2863 with One Key. Now, if you want to save 50 bucks and you just want the best in class in fastening torque and nut busting torque, then we'd say go with the 2767. Now, either way, they're both available at homedepot.com or at your local Home Depot. As we mentioned, the 2767 in the kit form with the 2 5-amp-hour batteries and the charger, it's going to run you $449. Now, stepping up to the 2863, it's going to run $499. So either way, they're great choices, but you decide which is best for you. Hey, check them out at homedepot.com. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you like this video. Also, hit the little bell notification. That's going to let you know when new videos are available. Go out and do something nice for someone and have a great day.